Hello, Edison.
Okay, so I think there are some Chinese people in this group. Only a few people join here today. So, okay, we have Chinese New Year yesterday and today. Some people might visit somewhere. You all are not Chinese, right?
Huh?
Konchi Pachai, or I'm not sure how to pronounce it. To get a sort
Yes,
of
that's
okay. So I think last week you did demonstration section and then you discussed something about listening, right? How can you teach listening in general? But we haven't talked about the teaching listening, how to say, framework yet. Okay, so let me tell you the framework. The first one. Okay, so whenever we try to teach listening, we can use the framework. But before we talk about the framework, let's start talking about the wrong assumptions. Okay, wrong assumptions. So wrong assumptions like most people think that they are true, but actually they are not. So mostly, people when they start trying to teach listening process, they try to pre-teach new vocabulary. They think like, hey, if I don't pre-teach the vocabulary, how can my student understand? They will have some difficulty in understanding. They think like this. Actually, if you really want your students to develop their listening skills, we don't need to pre-teach the vocabulary. We can, how to say, try to use step by step with the other ways. No need to pre-teach vocabulary ahead. So it's okay. They can try to do it. If you have chosen the right material for your student, they will understand in general. So pre-teaching vocabulary should be avoided. So this is one thing. And then another one is, how to say, teachers try to say fast. Teachers try to say fast. So actually, the purpose of doing like listening processes, we want our students to practice with a native speaker, right? And for introducing vocabulary as well, some teachers are worried a lot. And then they say like, okay, CAT, cat. Actually, audio say cat. Students just need to repeat it. But teacher say, hey, everybody repeat C-A-T cat, C-A-T cat. Teacher try to say first, and the student, they just have to follow it. At the time, it's nonsense for doing like listening practice. So maybe for the very first time, second time, and third time, your students feel strange when you say like, oh, if teacher don't say, we don't say. They might be like this. But later on, they will be practicing with the, how to say, audio, and it will be quite okay. And then there is also another point as well. Whenever we teach listening, sorry, about teaching listening skills. And some teachers, they think like for the song section, especially for the song, they think like, okay, teacher, when we teach song, do the action is the most important. So they think like this. So at that time, they just try to make the students happy only. For example, whenever they try to play like heads and shoulders, knees and toes, heads and shoulders, knees and toes. If they play this song, they try to let the student do the action only. Sing the song, do the action, sing the song, do the action. Students are very happy. Teachers are also very happy. And then we end our lesson there. Actually, sing the song is important, but at the same time, they should get a sort of listening skills, even for the very young learners. So that is also a kind of wrong assumption. Our ideas were wrong. So we will think about it. And then next one is like, whenever we try to teach the song, we try to how to say, ask every single word in detail. So for example, they listen to the song, or maybe like they listen to the podcast, or maybe a sort of, how to say, conversation. The student listen. After they have listened, we ask them back, okay, everybody, tell me, what do you hear? So let's listen and repeat word by word. Once upon a time, there was a king. He had two beautiful daughters. The students, they just have to repeat, or they just have to, how to say, listen and say every single word in detail. Actually, it's also nonsense. In our Myanmar conversation as well, we don't understand every word in detail, right? We just understand generally. So mostly we try to use such kind of wrong assumption, and at the time the students cannot improve it. And then another one is no extensive listening is needed. So this is also the wrong assumption. So we think like, it's okay. In the coursebook, there is a listening section already. We don't need to do any listening practice. We think like this. So actually, from the coursebook, we do listen and repeat, listen and repeat. We can do such kind of activities, but at the same time, we should give them like extra listening, extra listening. Maybe in your class, you teach unit 2. In unit 2, you have to teach some animals. So the students, they will listen and repeat. Rabbit, rabbit, it's a rabbit, it's a rabbit. Dog, dog, it's not a dog, it's not a dog. They will listen and they will repeat it, but it's not enough. They will also get like a sort of extensive listening. So for example, unit 2 is about animals. At that time, you find some animals, how to say, short video about animals on YouTube. Let the student listen to the story, or maybe like a little bit, how to say, interesting things about song or story or something like this. So in this way, they will get some exposure in listening. That's why we don't think like extensive listening is not necessary. It's totally needed when we are practicing. Okay, so I will repeat my, how to say, the facts back so that you can have a thought. The first one is we should avoid pre-teaching vocabulary. If we want our students to develop their listening skills, we should try to avoid it. So, but you know, if your purpose is for developing their vocabulary, it's okay. I want to teach vocab only. I don't want to teach any, how to say, listening skill. At that time, it's okay. You can start doing pre-teaching section. But your purpose is for developing their listening skills. At that time, do not do any pre-teaching stage. Maybe if you want to check their knowledge, you can ask them by using like some games or things like that. So in this way, they will be okay. For example, hands and children listen to a song, right? Before you play the song, you can ask the students, okay, everybody, show me your ears, show me your nose, show me your blah, blah, blah. It's okay. You can ask them, but no pre-teaching is needed. That is the first point. We talked about it at the recent time. And then another point is teachers try to say fast. So if you have the audio recording already, do not repeat what the audio say. The student, they just need to rely on the audio by native speakers, not to you. We need to avoid it. And then second one is do the action is the most important. Don't do it. Song is really enjoyable. At the same time, we can teach them how to improve their listening skill through song. Don't do the action only. Do the action as well as we can practice our listening skills. And then don't ask every single word in detail. So if you ask word by word, it is like hesitating the students' understanding. They will note down every word. Because I have seen some adult people, when I play the audio, they try to write down everything. How can we hear everything? It's nonsense, right? So we should train our young learners not to note down every single word in detail. And the last one is we have to practice extensive listening. So actually we need it. We need it. That's why we don't have that assumption like this. We need to do extra listening. Now, I want you to think about it. If you have the teaching experience already, you can reflect your own experience. When you were young, or not when you were young, when you teach your students, which wrong assumption do you make? So as for me, when I started teaching, I try to teach a lot of vocabulary to my students. And then I try to focus on every single word. That was my mistake when I started teaching. So at that time, I feel like, oh, my students, their listening skills can improve, and I can find the problems. But finally, I try to reduce off explaining a lot of vocabulary. At that time, I come to like, oh, that's the point. my students focus on vocab a lot. That's why they can pay attention to the whole listening. And then the same way goes to every single word as well. We Myanmar teachers are detail oriented. For me as well, when I started teaching, I asked them to repeat after the audio word by word, word by word. For conversation section, it's okay. But for some of the like news, BBC podcast, they don't need to, how to say, repeat after the audio. That was my mistake when I started teaching. So what about you? If you have the experience, you can talk about your wrong assumptions when you teach listening skills. If you don't have any teaching experience yet, you can think about it. I think if I start teaching my students, I will commit number 1 point or number 2 point or number 3 point because blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now to be able to discuss together, let's take a screenshot or take a photo. Then we are going to discuss in breakout room fast. Whether you have experience or not, it doesn't matter. You can just keep talking based on your assumptions. Now, let's get started.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
First.
Hello, hello. Is there any leader?
Not yet.
The other is starting already. Come on.
Okay. Just do you guys or do you have any experience that I mean, do you have the same mistake like teacher already said? Have you ever experienced in like that? I was wrong in one of these points. For example, for me, actually, I never pre-teach the vocabulary to the young learners or adult because I want to let them and concentrate on each on the listening test. And sometimes I do but sometimes I do pre-teaching like discussing the topic. For example, if the context is about the weather forecasting, I ask them what kind of weather condition have you experienced and how do you forecast the weather, like that. And then and 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 I'm not sure enough, but I haven't for most of the time I haven't done these points. As I said, so I always do the pre-teaching, like discussing about the topic, but never say the exact words. But and I don't try to erase every single word in TT because I understand that the kids or the adults or the Myanmar students, most of the students don't understand or don't get the each and every word. And instead of it, I let them listen the keywords. The keywords means the basic words they already know. That's why, and then I let them listen the basic word and let them guess the answer if they didn't catch the answer they needed. and but there is the difference between the listening context and teaching the songs, because in most of the listening context the students can do well, but with the song they can do well. And for teaching the songs, sometimes we have to explain the vocabulary first, and I guess it is needed. I thought it was needed to let them know, because as in my experience, if they don't know the vocabulary, they can't concentrate on the song very well. That's just for the adults, but for the young learners, I don't explain them every word, and I let them listen freely, and then I try to explain it a little bit, little by little, like that. So how was your experience?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Teacher. Do you see me? Can you see me?
Yes.
Yes,
Really? I can't see myself. What happened?
I think your camera is something wrong.
Oh, I don't know how to do. I can't see myself. But anyway, my wrong assumption is I thought that I have before we listening, we have to do British vocab. That's my wrong assumption. And then second thing is that's I think that's my it's better to say that my idea, that's my thoughts is no extensive listening is needed. No, it's just play the what I want them to listen. Just play the recording. What I want them to listen. Actually, uh, in this about this assumption, wrong assumption. According to this wrong assumption, we should. Uh, sorry, I should teach. I should do extensive listening, right, teacher? But I don't do. I don't do extensive listening. I think that mostly these two are my wrong assumptions. Thank you.
As for me, my wrong section is that I'm really afraid the students didn't understand every single words during the listening of the audio. So I predict all of the vocabs, and then I want them to focus on every single words in detail. So I force them to focus on every words. So and listen to repeat and repeat again. So that is my wrong assumption.
For me, like sometimes I think uh, I never let them listen a lot. Like no extension listening is needed like that. Maybe because of sometimes I feel shy to sing in front of them, so I just play the audio, and then sometimes if it is difficult for them, I pause it and I ask some of the question, but not very much. For me, I think it's needed for them, so I ask them. I ask the question like how many animals do you hear in the audio or something like that. Luckily I never pre-teach. And yeah, I ask questions, and I like sometimes things listening is not like listening to the music is not very important. I thought like that, so I think that is my wrong as assumption.
I think all of us discussed about that topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Pick up room call.
Bye bye.
Room close.
Go back to the session. Bye bye.
Okay. Leave.
Yes, I did, teacher. My wrong assumption is like no extensive listening is needed, because sometimes I think like over listening is not very good for them, and most of my students are very young, so like sounds are also like cute, and how can I say, like a little bit shy, sometimes a little bit shy to sing in front of them. So this is my difficulty for teaching listenings to listenings musics. So I did that wrong exceptions. And another one is that if there is a part to listen difficult, to how can I say, like if there is difficult part for them, I pause the music and I explain them. Like it's not explain, like I ask questions like if it is about animals, I ask how many animals did you hear in the music or something. So I pause and I ask. At first I think that it affected, but is it affected or not? I'm not very sure now. So today lesson will be very effective for me. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, thank you, teacher. So I'm not telling you the framework yet. Now, I just want to share you another one. So first of all, I will share the course book. Actually, most of you might know it. That is the Supermind course book. So that is the lyric. Okay, there is a lyric. And could you, how to say, take a screenshot of this one fast? Because I'm going to play the music and you can listen together with the music. After that, you can think about it. How should we teach that one? So if you teach this listening, your students are around 8 or how to say, kind of 9 years old, 8 or 9 years of students, you are going to teach it. So before you listen to the lyric, you can have a look at the song fast on your own. You can find the main purpose of this listening on your own. Why should we teach this listening to the student? You can think of your own purpose.
Time.
I'll give you the timer, 3, 2, 1, and then I'll play the music for you. 3. 2.
Activity.
Daily routine.
Daily routine.
Okay,
Daily
no need to
activity.
say that. It's fine, it's fine. No need to say yet. You can just keep it in your mind because you're going to listen to your music very soon. 2. 1.5. 1. Okay, time's up. So now I am going to play the music for you. Okay.
Student's book, page 12.
1. Listen and sing.
Can you hear the music?
Yes.
No.
No.
Not
Here.
Not hearing yet.
No.
Okay, I will share it one more time. Actually, I have shared the sound already. Maybe because of this. Okay. What about now?
Yes.
Yes.
It's 3 o'clock. In the afternoon.
I get dressed. And then I have a shower. And then I brush my teeth. For another hour.
What a funny thing to do. Oh, Mr. Blue. What can we do with you? It's 6 o'clock. In the morning.
I eat dinner. and watch TV. Then I have lunch and drink some tea.
Mr. Blue, what a funny thing to do. Oh, Mr. Blue, what can we do with you? Mr. Blue.
Yes, you're talking about me.
What a funny thing to do.
What's funny about
Oh,
that?
Mr. Blue,
Yes, Bobby Blue, that's my name.
what can we do with you?
Oh, you can make me a nice cup of tea, that's what you can do. 2 lumps of salt, please.
So that's all about the song. It's not quite interesting for us, but it would be interesting for the very young learners. Okay, so now let me ask the teacher one by one. Shall we start with Teacher Subi? So what is the main purpose of this song? Why should we teach this one?
Yeah, I think daily activities,
Daily activities.
and also I think time, telling time.
Telling time. Okay, telling time and daily activities. What about Teacher Kaizeme? Could you also talk about your idea? Teacher, you are muted. We can't hear you.
Yes, by teaching this video, this listening video, yes, I believe that they can understand about the daily routine.
Okay, they will understand about the daily routine. Great. So this is a song, you keep it in your mind. Okay, you keep it in your mind because after that you are going to plan the lesson after you have known about the listening framework. Now I will just choose the one you all have already known. So is there anybody who doesn't know heads and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes? If you don't know that song, could you raise your hand? If you don't know it, raise your hand. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And then we have to sing very louder and we have to say very quicker as well for the second. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Like this way, we can go faster, faster, faster. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. At that time, it will be like quicker than before. So that is the first time listening. So supposing you are going to teach that one for promoting their listening skills, not for teaching vocabulary or something like that. At the time, for this song, if you're going to start, we can start with this framework. Now we are going to learn about the framework of teaching listening. Actually, teaching listening and teaching reading, they have the same framework. So the first one is, first time listening. For the first time listening, we could say it's a kind of skimming activity, or sometimes we could also say general listening stage. So after students have listened something, they have to tell you what is it about in general. So heads and shoulders, knees and toes songs. Maybe first time you play the music. If you want your students to be happy, it's okay. We will make them happy later, not at the beginning. So heads and shoulders, knees and toes. You show the action and then you try to play the audio. You try to do the action, audio and your action together. And then after that, you can try to ask the students about the general information. Your students are very, very young, right? So maybe general question. You can ask them like, okay, everybody, recently you listened to the song, right? What is it about? And this is the first thing we need to do. So, we heard blah, 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 blah. They might be confused. At that time, you can prepare a sort of MCQ questions. But when you prepare MCQ, you can prepare it with pictures. So for example, okay, everybody, now I will going to show you the picture. So picture number 1 is about, I won't draw the picture, okay? Picture 4. maybe like how to say clothes. In your first picture, you show different types of clothes. And then in your second picture, you try to show different types of body parts. And then your third option, in your third picture, you try to show furniture, maybe chairs or table or something like this. So after they have listened, you show the picture in front of them. And okay, everybody, recently you listen to the song. What is it about? Is it about picture A or picture B or picture C? Ah, teacher, it's picture B. Oh, yes. So which body parts did you hear? And some students might say shoulders, heads. Nobody will say exactly. So at that time, you can go for second time listening. For the first time listening, we could start with skimming activity. So the easier way for very young learner is giving them different pictures for the whole, how to say, it should be related to the whole context, the whole song. And regarding that one, they have to choose it. So now your students are a little bit older. And then this time, you're not going to use heads and shoulders listen to a song anymore. Your students are 11 or 12 years old. So have you ever heard Heal the World song? Heal the World. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. You have ever heard of it, right? I'm not good at singing though. So you play the music. Students listen to your song. After you have listened, they can talk about it. You can ask them, okay, everybody, recently you listened to the song, right? What is it about? Maybe if they are able to speak, they will say, teacher, it's about healing the world. We have to help the people, needy people in the world. If we don't help them, the world is going to be blah, 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 blah. If they can speak, you can let them speak. But if your students are, how to say, can't speak yet, they are old, but they can't speak yet. At that time, like young learners, you can show the picture. Maybe multiple choice. Picture 1 is about, how to say, the people who are very happy, very happy. And then picture 2 is about, how to say, the people who are very sad. And then picture 3 is like, how to say, people are celebrating something. Maybe they are trying to celebrate Indian festival, Halloween festival, something like this. The other time, the students will choose. Teacher, I think that song is related to the second picture because they look really sad and they ask for help from the other people. Like this way. That is our first time listening. Or now this time you are not going to teach any song. You teach them the conversation. So the first conversation is very easy. 2 people, they met at the shopping center. And then the customer is trying to complain the sales girl, and the sales girl is trying to solve the problem. It's about their conversation. Students, they just listen to the song, listen to the conversation. After they have listened, you can give them like options. If your students are 9 or 10 years old, you can, okay, everybody, recently you listened to the conversation, right? So the first one, it's about, how to say, it's at the cinema. It's at the cinema. Or next one is it's at the supermarket. Or and the next one is it's at the clinic. Okay, so where is it happening? The students will say, teacher, that conversation is about at the supermarket, because at the supermarket there is a complaint between customer and the sales girl, blah 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 blah. Generally, they understand. They may not remember everything in the conversation or in the song, but how to say, overall, they will understand it. So first time is skimming. Please try to remember that terminology as well, because ELT is a foundation course, and in the future, you can learn about teaching terms a lot. So since foundation level, we can try to remember it. Skimming or general understanding of the text. Whatever it is, you are going to teach the song, or maybe like conversation, or if your students are older, you can teach from TikTok video, from YouTube video, things like that. And then sometimes you can even show the YouTube video to the student. So that YouTube video is about making pizza. So you show a video clip about making pizza. The students try to listen to it. Maybe you don't show them how to say the video, just the audio only. They listen. At the end of their listening, you can ask them back like the previous one. Okay, everybody, recently you did the listening, right? So what is it about? Is it about making yogurt, or is it about making pancake, or is it about making juice, or blah 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 blah? At the time, they will try to answer it back. It's about blah blah blah. So multiple choice is the best to choose it. But if your students are old enough and if they are qualified enough, don't give them any option. Just ask them. Okay, now with your partner, talk together. What is it about? And how do you remember about your listening? They will start talking with their own idea. It's okay. But if your students are not, how to say, old enough yet, or their level is not okay yet, give them choices. That is our first time listening. And then our second time listening is scanning section. Scanning is we try to ask for specific idea. We want to know specifically, not in detail. So at that time, you can do like listening comprehension section. So recently, heads and shoulders, knees and toes, that song, right? So for that one, you can show the lyric paper to the student, but at that time, you can give it like this. For example, heads and shoulders. For this one, you give it with a picture. I'm not going to draw the picture. Picture 1 or picture 2. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes. Like this. So you give such kind of things. At that time, for a young learner, they cannot read yet. They will look at picture A. Picture A could be about maybe eyes or knees. At that time, they listen and they circle the correct picture. This one is knees. They circle it. Listen and do activity. We can try it. Maybe for this one, you can choose fill in the gap activity, or sometimes multiple choice, or true or false activity. So for example, in the listening, which one can you hear? Which one can you hear? You can even ask them to do. And some teachers, when they are teaching online class, they ask the students to raise their hand whenever they had the word heads, H-E-A-D-S, heads. Okay, everyone, when you hear the word heads, raise your hand and tell me how many times do you hear. So that is also a kind of scanning activity. And if you have ever experienced in teaching Cambridge Stutters also, we have listen and color activity. So listen and color, they have to do only one thing by listening. That is we call scanning activity. And if you're teaching older students, recently, hear the wow song. So the students listen to the song again. After they have listened, they have to find synonyms, same meaning, the word with the same meaning from the song section again. For example, okay, what is the same word for keyword in the song? Let's listen to it. Maybe heal. Okay, heal. They have to find the word for it. And then what about the one word? Earth. What is the same with the earth in the song? So they listen and they try to find the answer from the lyric. So find synonym activity, and then you can even ask like a sort of WH question. So WH question, how question. So for the young learner, you can ask them like, okay, in the song, how many body parts do you hear? 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Listen and note down how many body parts. If it is for older students, hear the wow sound. So in the song, where is it happening? Maybe if it includes the place, we can ask where question, why question, how many, how much, something like this. So listening comprehension parts. Mostly second time listening is also we find the specific point, specific area. And then in this stage, we need to be careful because sometimes the students can be easily bored. Not to happen like this, we have to put some activity. And then the third time listening. So the third time listening is you play the music again. At the same time, you show the lyric paper to the student, show the lyrics, and then you try to do like a sort of detailed listening stage. So only in this stage, we can explain the NO words. Now you can explain it. You don't need to pre-teach. Only in this stage, you can explain NO words or NO pronunciation matter. Pronunciation matters. Maybe there may be some like linking sounds. You can explain that. Consonant and vowel sound, you have to link the sound. And you don't know this word, right? This word is H-E-A-L, heal, and then with the sound. Do not drop the sound at the end. Something like this. We can explain that one. So after you have explained, you can sing together with the students. So give the lyric and then sing together with your students. So that is our third time listening. First time is general understanding. Second time is we want to know about the specific information about the listening. The third time is we want to get the detailed information about the listening. Some questions, we can ask some questions or we can do exercises. And then the last one is no more listening section. The last one is for, we could say, inferring attitude stage. Inferring attitude stage. So in this stage, we can give our own ideas. So maybe for the young learners, it will be a little bit hard to give their own idea. Sometimes you can do like this, heads and shoulders, knees and toes, right? Instead of using that one, they have to substitute with the other body parts they know. Heads and shoulders, knees and toes. Instead of that one like this, they could say nose and shoulder, legs and hands, nose and hand and legs, blah, 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 something like this. They can substitute the body parts, but the lyric is the same. So they substitute it. After they have substituted, they sing the song in front of the students, in front of the other people. It's also fine. Or if you want to put that one in the language section, you can ask them that. Okay, everybody. Now let's talk about the body parts. I will start as an example. Look at it. What is it? Hands. Okay, everybody. How many hands do I have? 2 hands. So I will start saying, I have 2 hands. I love my hands because I can carry the things. Okay, now it's your turn. So tell me, which one do you like? And the students say like, teacher, I have 2 eyes. I love my eyes because I can see the things. They will start saying their own idea. Actually, our purpose is for listening. In their listening section, they do skimming, scanning. So at the time, they develop their listening skills. Finally, we can also try to develop their vocabulary plus speaking together. Inferring attitude is sort of like production stage. We try to, produce their own idea, similar to production stage. So they have to start saying something, or maybe for this one, idea is like the students can say, change the lyric, okay, change the lyric style, or maybe you can ask them to use target language in speaking practice. As you wish, you can try it. And then hear the word sound. At the end of your section, you can ask the student, okay, everybody, now I'm going to give you the questions. So if you had the power to rule the world, what would you do? If you had the power to rule the world, what would you do? Would you help the people in health sector or business sector or education sector? In which area do you want to help your friends or help the people? So at the time, they will start talking about their idea because they are already old, 11, 12 years old. At the time, they can talk about their own idea. Or sometimes, if you choose the other, listening material, you can also choose the similar one as well. So don't forget those steps. whenever we teach listening, we need to use those framework. The very first one is we need to use skimming stage. General idea. Mostly, even when you use the course book, they won't give you that exercise. At that time, the teacher usually rely on course book, right? Course book say, listen and repeat. We listen and repeat with the students. And course book say, fill in the gap. We try to do fill in the gap activity. So if we do the same, we all will be the same, right? So don't do the same thing, even though we may be using the same course book. If you try to teach with a framework, your teaching will be better than the other people. That's why please try to apply the framework. Skimming, and then next one is scanning, specific area. And then the third time is detail stage. You can try to, explain the items in detail. And the last stage is really important. We Myanmar teachers never include that one. We do listening, we do the exercise, and the end, we finish. So don't forget to do that stage as well. So like the teaching vocabulary framework, PPP, you need to remember this stage as well. Skimming, scanning, detail, attitude. Skimming, scanning, detail, attitude. It goes, it will go until the end of your teaching program. If you know that one, you can plan your lesson properly. So now, recently I asked you to take a screenshot of that one, right? So now with your group members in breakout room, I want you to think about it. How are you going to teach this one step by step? So this one, you already know about the main purpose. The main purpose is daily routines and time expression. But I think the daily expression is more here. So you can think about it. How can you structure your lesson in detail? You can start planning. So don't just talk about the idea only. You can also note down some essential points as well. Okay. So now let's start trying to plan your lesson. For each of the group, I want you to plan like with 2 ideas each. In your situation, only 1 idea is okay. 2 ideas mean for skimming, this one or that one. Scanning, this one or that one. Detail, this one or that one. Attitude, this one or that one. 2 ideas each for every stage. Now, let's get started.
Yeah, so skimming.
Skimming.
Yeah.
For skimming.
Yeah. So we have to ask, what is it about that like that?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, like that. Multiple choice, like, yeah, this is activities or this. Activity or this is
Talking about activity.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about
We can plan.
option.
Yeah, option.
Okay. Giving okay. This question format is giving option, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So option, we have to think what option do you
Okay,
want?
option 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, yeah. One is
Okay.
holiday plan.
Yes. It's talking about holiday. It's talking about your food.
Yeah, yeah. You have
It's talking about
daily activity. Yeah, we have to add the answer, right?
Right.
Option.
So what about another idea?
Yeah, yeah. We have to do another idea also.
With picture. Instead of the words, we can we can show the picture, right?
Yeah, sure.
I get dressed or I take off the clothes and then I have no ideas to say. It's difficult to think about it. So for you?
So for me,
Yes. We have to give the options for the first time scheme, and we have to listen. We have to give the ideas for dig sounds. DJ Shunge give the sounds, dig sounds. Dig sound, listen
Yeah.
at these 3 o'clock sounds.
Yes.
So what is your idea for Skimmy? What would give you the opinion to the students? First time listening. First time listening, I give opinion to daily activities, daily activities, daily activities like this.
Yeah, then and starting are some kind of activity as but not at all. For a little, I just want to ask that, and then after that I want to play the music. Yes. Yes, that is my opinion. Yes.
Yes, Chat.
I think maybe we have to discuss with by using the song about Mr. Blue, right?
Yeah.
So we have. So I will talk about this song. First, for the first one, I will tell them. I will ask them that who is he? Do you know the character in the song? Do you know what? Who is he doing like this? Like for skimming part, and after that, yes, I eat dinner or for the lyrics. What kind of routine do you hear like this for scanning part, and after that we will explain their annual word. Annual word like drink some tea. This is easy for their 8 or 10 year student. But if a student don't know, we will explain it, and after that, I will ask them, except what he do in their lyrics. What about you? What do you do in the afternoon? What do you do in the morning like this? For their inspiring attitude stage. I think we have to discuss the other ideas by using this song.
So I think for this song, I think we have to plan, all right?
Yes.
Plan how to so that they can progress in their listening concerned with this picture, right?
I think maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
What about scanning?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I would like them mark the words that they already know, like the color blue and hour and teeth, and I will ask the vocab each one by one, and then I will explain, or no, I won't explain. I will let them guess the unknown vocabulary, what it can be, what can be included in your daily routine. For example, have a shower, get dressed, brush your teeth, and then and eat dinner, watch TV, have lunch, like that. I will say again and again and teach them that connected works. And then sometimes it may be a bit difficult for them. And if so, if the students are if the student can catch up the way I teach, I will let them listen one word by word. And that's my idea for scanning.
Yes, just for me and in specific in scanning session, and after playing the audio, and I will ask like, what time do we have? Okay, let's be the blind on the audio. Okay, I will ask like, what time do what time do he has breakfast? And so after asking like this question, they will answer me the detailed answer.
Yes. So as for me, I think yeah. For the yes, for the scanning, so I think I forgot to ask a question is, I have to play the music, and then after that I want to ask them what is it about. So maybe some of them will be know it's about the daily activities. Some of them maybe know, they're to brush the teeth. They can be tell everything to you. So so maybe in general, and that is for the for the skinny part, and for the scanning part, and I will also let them know in so like a kind of so yeah he so I answered them, yeah, you're right. So he brushed the teeth, so like a have a shower. So do you know have a shower? So maybe like a doing with them actions and performance with them actions, and let them know the words like have a breakfast, have a shower, something. So for the scanning, I want to do such a kind of this. Yes. Yes, that's so
We have to list. We have to list the main point. We discussed two for each stage.
yes.
So how about the first one, skimming session? What will we do for the two? Two options. Like what it is it about? And after that, the other one is what will we do?
You mean we have to do
Yes.
like a two
We have
part
to,
in yep.
yes.
So
We have to make two options in for each stage. So
yes.
the first one is, we will ask what is it about, right? This is the first one for the skin. And after
Yes.
another one is what? I don't want to. I don't know. You have to discuss.
Also for the second, yeah, for the second option.
Uh,
Yes.
yes, yes. For that stage,
Yes.
yeah, for that stage, yes, for that stage, and I will explain the vocabulary, the strange vocabulary, that never had, and then, and I will let spell the vocabulary and write down on the paper. So by doing like this, I think their vocabulary will improve. Yet, uh, for pronunciation session, firstly, I will pronounce the strange word that they heard. Uh, I was pronounce the strange word that in the audio, and after that, I will let them pronounce the strange. I will let them pronounce again after that.
For the second option, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No, 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 a best option.
So I think as for me, so I have for the first I think what is it about, right? Then after
Yes.
that, so I think I can use some kind of like a showing the pictures or something, like a ask let them choose like a kind of multiple choice. I think I can use this like about the daily activities or doing the housework or work on a office, something like that. So ask them what is
Where do you play the football like this? Where do you play the football? So when I asked like this question to student reply, uh, they play in the playground. Yeah, like this.
I think that is like for your idea. So it that your one should be in like inference attitudes for the final parts like production state, because at the time we can add our own idea in there. So your one is like own idea. So that teacher Tai mentions about it, that we were asked the question about the listenings, based on the listenings only, that for example like what does Mr. Blue do in the afternoon, or like 3 o'clock? Is it correct for the normal persons, or no? Like this way, we can do like that. I think so. How about the others teacher idea? Like that, right?
Sorry, which topic? Now we talk.
We are just
Can
discussing about, sorry, teacher. We are just discussing about like scanning.
yes, okay.
Yeah, and we got one activity teacher. For another activity we are just discussing about, and teacher Tai and give the ideas to ask WA questions in the
Yes.
listening part. So we will just add that one for a one. Okay.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Mean after that DT state, thought time state. Third time is like we can explain the annual words, and we will teach pronunciation. So we don't need to discuss, right, that part. So we can go to part 4 idea.
And two eyes, two eyes. So that sound like that this way. So we'll give you the asking question. Sound like that question.
Should be true.
Hello.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Another teacher of ears.
Okay.
They have to present their ideas. Hello, teacher Amber.
Sorry, teacher. Here, my internet connection is so poor. That's why I can hear you well. Can you hear
No,
me?
No, not that one. Okay.
no.
Yeah, this time okay.
Sorry. Okay. So when I read that picture, it is in that picture I saw the time and his action. They are round. They get it. Get dressed in the pictures, right? Get and take shower. So I have an idea when I read that song for the last stake, for the attitude, for the production stake. We can ask student like that. Okay, everyone, hey everyone.
And detail. You can divide each of the duty, and then you can plan the lesson together. But unfortunately, next week when we have the class, Teacher Zimaton can't join the class because of her connection issue. At that time, the other group members need to take responsibility for it. That's why please keep noted your group members very well. In this way, it will be okay.
Yes, teacher.
Any questions?
Yes, thank you, teacher.
Any questions? No? Okay.
Teacher, is this our group presentation?
Yes, group micro team, not presentation, micro team. Like the real.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Oh my God. So, so we will just use that one.
Why are you laughing?
We are just discussing about it. It's become like micro teaching. It's good war, right? So a little bit scared. I'm nervous.
Hello, teacher. Kind away. You're so quiet.
Yes. Hello. In my point of view, I think for the first time listening, we have to scan all of
Yes.
the audio. So at this time, after scanning these audios, I want to ask them, what is it about? Okay. And then after that, I will show the pictures. And then the pictures and gestures, and I ask them to find the bars of daily routines after listening the audios. And then I show the pictures and gestures and to find the daily activities, the bars showing daily activities. So I ask them some questions. This is for the scanning stage. And the third time, we have to. I want to give them the lyrics and sing together, and then if they don't know the words, the bars in the audio, so I explain then about the bars they don't know. So for the foreign attitudes, I will ask their daily activities. For example, what do you do at night, and then what do you do in the morning, like that. So I
Excuse me?
ask them their activities.
Yes, teacher.
Excuse me. Let me interrupt you a little bit. You can keep
Yes.
talking after that. So now you're just talking about your idea, right? Try to finish your discussion. After that, you can start preparing for your group micro-teaching activity. Next week, you need to do group micro-teaching, not presentation, micro-teaching. So they are all together 5 people in this group, right? Please note down group members' name. Teacher King, and Teacher Amber, Teacher Emma, Teacher Nishine, and then Teacher Kim. That way, 5 people. And then you can start dividing the duty for each of the stage. Who is going to do skimming? Who is scanning? Who will do for detail stage and how to say attitude stage? You can divide the duty. There are 5 people, but the stages are only 4, so you can try to manage it on your own. And then if you have to do for skimming, you can prepare the lesson for skimming part. Like the real teaching program, you can prepare with a PowerPoint slide and then start doing your demonstration section next week. But unfortunately, teacher Emily Wu and teacher Amber can't join the class next week because of their personal cases or because of electricity problem. At that time, the other 3 teachers need to take responsibility for it. That's why please keep noted your group members' names and you can discuss how are you going to do and what are you going to do with the PowerPoint slide. So now you can start your discussion.
Yes. Hello. So,
So I will do the idea. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay. The idea is
Okay, I will prepare for the ideas. It's my role.
So what about the other teachers?
I will do scanning.
Yeah. What about teacher Khan?
Yes, I was do detail.
Oh yes. So I will have to do skimming or scanning.
I will do scanning.
Oh, scanning.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you. I have to do the skimming. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you will be the first presenter, right?
Yes, yes. I will be the first.
So how about the PowerPoint slide? So we have to combine all of it, right? We have to combine each PowerPoint slide, right? We will make it individual.
Yeah, I guess it will be okay if we choose individually.
Yes,
We just need to
because
be
we
pre-open
right?
the slide.
Oh,
I want you to do one after one like that. But if you wish, you can combine our PowerPoint slides.
It's okay, right?
I think it was be okay. I just like this.
Like what
Individual,
individual?
yes. I just like individual.
Oh yeah, individual
Yeah.
is okay because
It's
because we had each part, right? So that's why.
Yeah, do you think is this okay? It's will be okay.
Yeah, it's okay. What about the Naomi? Is it okay to you like a PowerPoint with individual?
Yes, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. We all okay. Okay, so
do we have to use 2 ideas? two options.
or one?
I think it's only one.
I guess one is okay.
Now I can create that too. I think someone made it.
For Viber or Messenger.
Whatever it is okay to share.
Yes, I will create.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes.
How do we create the group?
Teacher Sammy will create for us.
Viber or Facebook Messenger?
I will create
Viber. Okay, I will give you another.
Skimming. So I will type in here for our step. mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also giving the name of the chess. Yes.
I already give you the number, but also Vivian. Vivian is not okay.
Okay. Which one take which part? Who will take?
Sorry. Connection is very poor.
Okay.
So teacher K, hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Teacher K, mentioned connection is gone, I think.
Hello.
Hello, teacher.
Yes.
So I think the topic can be chosen. Not here.
We have to discuss.
Hello.
Because now 8 p.m.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, of course.
I wanna sing a dance song. Hello, it's me.
Hello, it's me. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift.
Adele isn't.
And the hero. I like the song. And the hero. Hello, it's me.
Yeah, I think it's Adele.
Yes.
Teacher, everyone has have everyone choose their parts. Hello. Did everyone choose their part?
The topic.
Part. Yes, we can choose.
Yes. I take the third times listening to take.
I take second time.
Yes.
Teacher
Can that we take first time and then 4 times.
And who is the last time? Saya Nisha.
Yes.
I think.
So
Okay.
teacher Amber take the whole session.
If we left,
next week
left,
we absent. She will take the whole presentation.
Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, Nisha, if you
Okay.
don't take, Never mind, I will take the lesson.
The whole section gave to the Xianishai. She will present all the
No.
all the sections.
I agree
It's
with
okay.
you.
It's okay.
So I'm gonna teaching about listening.
Okay.
Okay, we have to discuss.
Yes.
Okay, which topic do we teach?
Let we think this night.
This night, tonight,
Tonight.
tonight.
The whole night.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry, teacher.
Your brain is doing well, teacher.
I don't know tonight or this night.
Oh.
Okay.
So let's see in messenger group.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's okay.
So teacher can tell, sorry, teacher can mean that let's group.
Make a group.
For us. Just
Yeah.
for us.
For private
Just for
group.
fives. Just for fives.
Yes.
Just 5 of us. Teacher, if you don't mind, would you like to do in Telegram? Because I rare to use Messenger, teacher.
Yes. But we have to need phone number.
So I will give. So I give here.
You have to give the phone number in the chat.
Yeah.
I give here, teacher.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yes, teacher, right now. And then we need to practice.
Yes.
Just of us. Teacher, phone number is to everyone. You have to choose to someone who will make group. If you send phone number to if you choose everyone, it will get to the main session.
Not main section. Everyone have 5, just only 5.
Teacher.
No,
Not
you
just
have
only
to.
5. You have to send in private.
So have you finished?
3 phone numbers.
Which one finish? Not the one. I have not made the group.
Okay, so I will make the group.
Yes. Oh, what happened?
Okay.
Like, so each and everyone have to find the songs, and we will do like multiple choice, like lucky draw, the same with this way. And after that, we will choose the song. After that, we will plan for the lesson activity. We have it, right? We just need to choose which one.
I post the picture of the sound in the Bible.
Yes.
It's from a supermarket.
Teacher, I have another class at 8:15.
Oh yeah, almost 8, right? You can say bye bye
Yes.
to teacher Chugong, and then you can go.
Bye, teacher. I will discuss in the Bible group, teacher. Sorry
Yes,
for
teacher.
my question. Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye, teacher. Good night. So. Bye bye, teachers.
Aku try arah mana?
Oh, teacher.
Đi hoài rồi.
Bahasanya Mami Song nào.
ရဟိုကတို့ရပြီเนาะဒီမှာလေးချဲဆိုလဲဝင်ကြည့်နေအဲ့မှာပြောလို့ရတယ်เนาะလိုအပ်တဲ့ဟာလေး
Oh, okay. That's why let's meet and discuss in
Friday
private group now.
Okay. Goodbye,
Okay,
everyone.
see you. Okay,
See you.
good night now.